If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of If You Can Read, You Can Cook. My name is Lewis, and today we will be highlighting a book entitled The Man, the Moment Demands by Jason Wilson. After we're done with reviewing his book, we will then head into the kitchen, and today gonna cook a cheesecake recipe. I think you all will like it. So with that, let's just go ahead and get right into the book. As I started to read it, I was totally understanding this book from Jason's perspective and being a comprehensive man. Oftentimes we don't have comprehensive men around us, and you know, we should strive to kind of surround ourselves with that. But main takeaways was Jason was he was so open and so honest. He was very, very transparent. When they write books, what they do is, you know, you almost think that they have arrived, if you will. All of the mistakes, all of the things that they talk about, they've already done it and it's past them. But I would say that Jason was truly, truly, truly transparent as he was going over the comprehensive sections of the book. I would suggest as a comprehensive man, if you read it and you want someone to hold you accountable, what I would do is I would challenge you to allow your mate, girlfriend, husband, your girlfriend to read it, and then from there, or wife, that way she can keep you accountable in becoming that comprehensive man and being that comprehensive man, and you know, and just kind of suggest that way she can see your walk and understand your walk and see that you're proud of your change, but just really as your accountability partner to be able to hold you to the things in this book. So just reading this book, I think it will enlighten any age really, but the book is definitely a must read. 2 thumbs up. I took a lot away from this book, you know, so it means a lot to me. And I just wanted to thank some people. First and foremost at this point in my life, being my wife. She is my everything. She is my rock. She definitely holds me down, and it has always not been the easiest. You know, it's been 8 years, but it has not always been. I can be a difficult person. So I truly embrace the fact that she has stood by my side. She truly has made me a better man. So I thank her for that, and God couldn't have sent me a more beautiful person inside and out. So it's been a welcome ride. It's been fun. It's been difficult. It's been hard at times, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I've learned so much from her that I probably could never put into words how I feel about what she's done for me. So I do it in deed oftentimes, but she has truly been my rock and my best friend and my everything, and I love her immensely, and I know that she knows that, but I'm saying it to her and I'm saying it to the world. So thank you for being my rock, Crystal. And to my children, I have you know, I was a good father. I was hard. I was too hard on them, and I just challenge fathers out there to. There has to be a percentage, if you will, of friendship there. They have to be able to come and talk to you, and that was something that my children they couldn't do. But I would always tell them to to just be open and be honest about their feelings. And I told them that, but they couldn't come to me with a lot of things, and it has placed a bit of a strain on relationships. But it's we have a good relationship, but it's just not what I would want it to be. So I am working on that, and just as the book speaks to is I'm being very transparent at this point, and really saying that I don't have all of the answers, and I'm working on it. I'm trying to get there. One of the things that I tell my children is don't and people humble yourself before God does, because when God humbles you, He takes everything. He absolutely takes everything from you. It's a whole different ball game. So humble yourself before God does. But I truly want to apologize that there was no book, there was no instruction. I did the best job that I possibly could as a father, but I apologize to you all. It wasn't easy, but the get to know the man that I am now. And I assure you, it will be a very different outcome. So I love you. I love all three of you, Lewis, Ariel, and Paige. I love you guys. And lastly, I would like to just my family. I've had some very instrumental people in my life, men in particular. My dad was an awesome man. My mom, she was a giver beyond anything that you could ever believe. When she passed away, the pastor said she gave like she was rich. And I value that, and I thank my family and my friends and all of those who have influenced me and allowed me to become the man that I am at this point. So I love you all, and you know who you are. So, but with that said, let's go ahead and head to the kitchen, and we will whip up a really tasty, as I said, cheesecake, and I will see you all in the kitchen. Thank you. Welcome everyone to the kitchen. We will be now putting together a quick treat for you. Just gonna read the recipe. It's a YouTube recipe that I got by Athen Food. It's just called the banana pudding cheesecake, and I'm going to read the ingredients. Just 1 box of vanilla wafers, a 1/3 cup of melted butter, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and for the cream filling, 2 bars of cream cheese, 1 vanilla pudding mix, 1 can of condensed milk, heavy whipping cream, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, clear vanilla extract. So I'm gonna prepare that for you all. And for the topping is 2 bananas, and you will see me put some lemon on the bananas, and that is just to keep them from getting brown as we put them on the cheesecake. So you can prepare this in a 9-inch or 8-inch springform pan, but today we're gonna do 2 6-inch springform pans. I don't have my food processor with me. I'm gonna put it into a blender, and it does make it a little bit more difficult to do it in a blender. I would suggest that you don't add the butter, because it is going to stick to it. So we won't add the butter until the very end. Actually, once we take it out, then we'll add the melted butter at that point. But other than that, I'm gonna start with melting the butter, but I'm gonna put the whole thing in there right now. And also, so I'm using cane sugar, and the cane sugar, you can use any kind of sugar you want. Here's the cane sugar there. All right, and there's a vanilla pudding. So, and lastly, I'm going to add something that I thought would be just a different twist. I'm gonna use a caramel topping, and that will be after it comes out of the refrigerator, typically 4 to 6 hours. But I'm sure once you put it together and put all the bananas and everything on it, you'll want to taste it right away. But I would almost say it is ready right away. But I like cheesecake cold, and just those 4 to 6 hours does do that for it. So I'm gonna get started. Put the butter in already. We're gonna put our I'm gonna open these up. So it says 24 for the crust. So we're just gonna add that to the blender right here and move everything out of the way for now. And let's plug that in and blend it up. Do your crust, because once you do your crust, then you can put it in the refrigerator so that it can, the butter will make the crust hard. So I'm gonna do that. Let's blend this. Fine as you want it to be. It doesn't have to be perfectly fine. And I'm gonna put this in the bowl like that. Shake all of that down, and that was the 24. We're gonna add the butter, and we're also gonna add the 2 tablespoons of sugar. And here's my tablespoon, so that's 1, and that's 2. Again, you don't have to add this if you don't want to. It's optional. And then I'm just gonna put half in each as best I can. So just kind of eyeballing it. So, and then we'll place this in the refrigerator. Once we do that, it'll kind of harden up because the butter will solidify, and that is our crust. So just gonna place these in the refrigerator. By the time we are done mixing everything, it should be solidified and ready to go. So just gonna blend this really fast, and once we get that blended, then we're gonna add everything else. Now we add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to add the pudding mix. Then we'll add our 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. So the longer you blend this, the more fluffier it's going to get, and I just usually just scrape it down like this once or twice. Really just gonna take one time, and it'll incorporate all of the other flavors and everything in it. And I'm just gonna do that, and we're gonna blend it one more time. And that's that. I'm making a whole kind of mess over here. Thank goodness for the apron. And let's put this in the springform pans. Put this over here. And I promise you guys that this will be one of the best cheesecakes you've ever had. I like more wafers on mine, so I'm just gonna put these on the bottom, just like that. Cut our bananas. This is gonna knock your socks off. Yep, this is one of the best, I promise. Just trying to get it done. And like I said, 4 to 6 hours, this will be ready to go. You know, so if you can't wait, then I totally understand. But if you can, it's gonna be, if you can make this a day ahead and you have people coming over, you know, barbecues, it's summertime. So this is one they'll be talking about. You know, how we always go to particular places and we say, well, who cooked this, who cooked that? It's always that question. So they're gonna be asking who made the cheesecake. So make sure you're the one who make it. All right, and then we're gonna put the rest on there. And I like to, even here, I like to add some more, and I'll just crush them up like that. Just put them in there. Same thing here, crush them up. And just add some crushed ones in here. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a tall cut of cheesecake, and that's all right. Oh man, that looks, oof. I've had this before, and I can't wait to cut into it. Yeah, it's gonna be really good, really simple recipe. Like I said, it's for it to be so simple and taste as decadent as it does. That's what I appreciate about it a lot. Then we're gonna add a little more banana, and then we're gonna add the rest of our vanilla wafers, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be good to go after that. So. Trying to really cover these bananas up so that the air won't get to them like that. So, and I'm gonna put a little squirt of lemon on top as well. And that is it. So when this comes out, we're gonna just drizzle some. We're gonna drizzle some caramel over top. Yeah, but that is it. So, all right, guys, we'll be right back, and we'll let them sit for a little bit, and then we'll dig right in. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. It has been 4 to 6 hours, but not really. But just for all intents and purposes, it's been 4 to 6 hours. So we're going to dig right in. We cut it up, added a little bit of caramel. And again, that's very optional if you want to do caramel, if you want to do anything really. And this cheesecake is not limited to the banana cheesecake. I like banana pudding, so it works for me. You can probably use just about anything, blueberries, strawberries, peaches, anything would make this really good. So it really doesn't matter. This is just my preference. This was the original recipe that I got, so this just made sense to me. Looked good. I probably will do different variations in the future, but as for today, this is what we're making. And again, this is probably one of the best cheesecakes recipes I've ever made or ever had. So I'm gonna dig right in and do a little taste test. Yeah, this is really, really good. Every time I make it, this is really good. It's really creamy, and it's not. Again, you can add a little bit of lemon if you wanted to, but it's really creamy. You can taste the bananas. You can take the wafer has had time to kind of soften, so it's not crunchy. So it's almost like a cakey type consistency at this point, but it is really good. And the caramel just absolutely sets it off. So, and that's it. So again, very simple recipe, and hope you guys go out and try it, and let me know what you think. So until next time, just remember, if you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.
If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can